All right. First and foremost, I give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and who was worthy to be counted for double honors. And peace out to you brothers out there pushing this truth wholeheartedly and sincerely and for the love of the gospel. All right, it's the brother Gabaria from the Indiana camp. Come back at you again with another sit down to basically to talk about this website I came across last night. The website is the Racial Slurs Database. All right. And how I got here is I was looking up racial slurs for Native Americans, because I thought I could have sworn that one of the racial slurs for Native Americans is red nigga. You know, just to show you that we're a part. They're a part of the same racial slurs they get called by black people. And you even have, as we say, as everybody know, you even have some Latinos even calling themselves black. Like, hey, they're starting to wake up and figure out that they are people. That, hey, man, we out of this whole entire world, the blacks relates to us the most. That's what the Latinos are saying, and the Native Americans. That's what they're saying. They're starting to put two to two together. Like, man, us three tribes, us three nations of people is catching the most hell, man. Us three people is the ones like everybody's targeting at. And it's even because I was having a conversation with a guy at work, and he was even seeing this is a nigga. This is like a fucking average weed smoking nigga, But he even sees it. He even sees it through his own eyes. He said, yeah, man, for some reason, it's just motherfuckers don't really like fucking he said Latin tribes and blacks, but some people they don't. Some guys don't know how to discern spirit. I mean, niggas don't know how to discern spirits. So, you might have a guy that looks like he's a Latin tribe, but he really might be a Gad, or Native Americans, But anyways, but he even sees it. Yeah, man, people really don't like the Latins and blacks, man. He said, man, man, in a minute, man, we just gonna band together, man. It's just gonna be blacks and Latinos, man. All right, because it seems like everybody is just against us, Everybody ain't against the Asians. Everybody ain't against the Arabs. Everybody ain't against them the Pacific Islanders. Everybody against us. Everybody, man. So I looked up, a couple of racial slurs, and this is actually in the scriptures, man. Now you do have racial slurs for like every nation on here, but some of them I've never even heard of before. Of course, you got, racial slurs that Jay came up with just to combat the racial slurs that they was had on us, Like we would call like the ones I know for Asians or, not gas like it, for Moab and Ammon, people call them yellow people. We call them chinks, dog eaters, like little certain things I can think of right now. Like little, and the only reason like they have these racial slurs put upon them is because everybody was already the blacks and Latinos and Native Americans already had racial slurs put on them. So when things started settling down, when slavery ended, and segregation ended in the years ago, we started giving them racial slurs. Like, man, you ain't just finna call us something, we finna call you something too. That's how that was. But these racial, and it's crazy because these racial slurs that these the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans has, some of these bywords, that's really what they are. They're bywords in the scriptures. Some of these bywords we still use today. All right, like for example, when I go register myself, they're gonna say what ethnicity are you? Are you black? That's a color. That's a color. I'm not black. Or are you African American? Those are two white men. No, I'm not that neither, but those are two, that's what bywords, so I have to go by that. I have to go like, yes, I'm black, yes, I'm African American, A Hispanic saying, yes, I'm Latino, yes, I'm Hispanic, They have to go by these bywords, man. Puerto Rican has to say, yes, I'm Puerto Rican, which just means rich port, But, and then there's another thing on here. As you see, you'll see a couple tribes. They have the tribes right here. Which America is not enough fucking nation of people. How the hell are you gonna be United States of America? Basically, all ethnicities come here, and then when so many people have babies, boom, they're all these people ethnicity changes. No, man. You got every ethnicity over here. You got Gad, you got Judah, Ammon, Moab, Sirius, Esau, mainly Esau. You got you got all everybody over here. America's not mentioned in the scriptures. There's not a nation called America, and they come from no. That came from a so-called Edomite name. He's an Edomite, all right. But as you go down, they got the Arabs. They got a pretty long list. But what I'm getting at is, see, that Asians, their list is pretty long, But this is one. Australia's, they got a okay list. This is what I want to go to. Now you got blacks, which is so-called Negroes, which they do have Haitians and Jamaicans on here too. But this can go for them too, because when they say black, they're talking about all of them dark tribes. If a Jamaican come over here and he argue with an A, they gonna get called a nigger, right? Just like along with us. Haitian, same thing. They have a couple C's and their children starts talking start talking more Americanized. They gonna be right in the ghetto with niggas. All right. But as you see, this list is by far the longest. All right. I'm still scrolling. See, this list is by far the longest list on this whole entire chart. Right now, this list and the so-called white, which are Edomites, their list is pretty long too. Their list is probably just as about this long. I don't know which one is longer. Esau's or Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. I don't know which ones is longer, but I'm not going to sit here and count each single one. But me personally, I think that this list is longer than I think the so-called Edomites list is probably maybe like it can't be too far away from the number. I would say probably like maybe 20 less or maybe 25 less names calls than us. But it's very significant. It's very insignificant. But the so-called whites, which are Edomites, their list came on them because the way they treated people. Because they got one of them. Let me see. Can I go down? They got one of their name is right here. I'm gonna highlight it. Right here, it's called Blue-Eyed Devil. Which a lot of nations, that's what Gad normally called Esau, pale-faced, because really what I'm getting at is these names that Esau's getting called, he's getting called these names on his characteristics, on how he treats people. And the nations is seeing this. The nations is seeing how he treats people. He's a bully. He's a devil. He's pale-faced. There's no good in him, And if you read some of Esau's bywords, it all describes his characteristic, which the bywords of the Negroes, these bywords were put upon us. Oh, he's a lazy nigger, Native Americans, which let me get that. Because Native Americans, their bywords, they got a couple names as far as niggas too. And y'all see how I'm just gonna go? I'm going straight down, and none of them as long as Judah. Judah had it was up there. Here it is right here. Native America. They're going right here. It's called cherry nigga. Elder Pastor Ricard told us about that apple, calling them apple. But cherry nigga, red. There it is, red nigga. Solomon nigga. Timber nigga. See, So these are tundra. Look, tundra nigga at the bottom. You know. So these names are what they call Native Americans. Now, why would they call Native Americans niggas? Because they are niggas. All right. They're with the same. They're with the same tribe as us. Now, Latinos on here, they call them taco nigga. You know, Afro. I forgot it. I forgot. I didn't even see it on here. I forgot what's it called. I know it's Afro something. Because what basically what Puerto Ricans were Afros. I forgot what they called them. Damn, I'm so mad I can't remember. But anyways, it doesn't matter. But yeah, man, these the other nations, the other Northern Kingdom, and I'm really bringing this out just to show that the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom is basically suffering the same thing. You know, they're suffering the same curses, which is, I'm going to get it right here. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations where the Lord shall lead thee. See? So a proverb, a byword, and you should become an astonishment. See? But that byword is what the other nations are going to call you. Like what? They call us what? Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Indians, which means savages. They call the they call Seminole Indians what's the Reuben. You know, they call Reuben Seminole Indians, which basically means runaway. You know, which you know that's the tribe of Reuben. You know, they call them runaway because the scripture said they're going to be unstable as water. Those are actually the hardest out of all the Northern Kingdom. They were the hardest to make slaves because they'll run away, they'll kill themselves. They're not meant to like be. They're not conditioned to be slaves. They're not basically they don't have a good slave mentality. They'll do certain things to get out of it. Anything by anything means necessary. So they call them what? Seminole Indians. Which means run away. All right. Other bywords that they use on our people, man. And like I said, these were bywords that were put upon us. All right. None of us came up with these words and just started calling ourselves this. Esau and Moab and Elam and Ishmael, the bywords that's put upon them was what we came up to combat the bywords that they put upon us. It was just basically like, oh, you gonna call us this? Well, you this, and that means this. You a cracker. That's what. Hey, Esau didn't start calling himself a cracker. Jake starts calling Esau a cracker. Gad start calling him paleface. Other nations start calling him you blue-eyed devil. Because the way his attributes, that's basically how he portray himself. So it can't be talking about those people. But this is all a sign to let us know who we are, man. All right. We have certain names put upon us, and we're just forced to be like that. I can't go in there and say, oh no, my name is Gabori. I'm from the tribe of such 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 such. I'm an Israelite. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. They were like, no, you're not, nigga. You was African American. You was born in Indiana. You was, I got to deal with that. I can't do nothing about that. Neither does my kids. Neither does my father. Neither does anybody. We have to basically have to stick with what they give us, man. Now, who's to say 100 years from now might not even be African Americans? We might be something else. We might be fucking soil. Our nationality is soil now, or some shit like that. But I mean, that's all I had. I didn't want to get too deep. I just want to basically bring up this one precept, and I'm gonna post that the website in the description box below if brothers want to check it out. Bring a couple to camp and whatever. But Lord willing, I hope this video was edifying for you brothers. I want to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. Peace and taste to my elders, apostles, great millstone, and shalom. Hey, we almost up out of here, man.